Hello, my name is Asia, and in this video I'll be talking about the Bauhaus School. The Bauhaus School, name made up of the union of the words in German Bau, construction, and Haus, house, was the school of artisan, design, art, and architecture founded by the architect Walter Gropius in Weimar, Germany, in 1919, and officially known as the Staatliches Bauhaus. It had three directors during its whole history: Walter Gropius, Hannes Meyer, and Ludwig Mies van der Rohe. Its main objective was to unite all of the art branches under the same roof, without the class distinctions that meant a barrier between artisans and artists. This meant that artisanal tradition would bond with modern technology in order to satisfy the necessities of the production in mass system. The main principle of the school was form follows function. Walter Gropius believed that at the end of the war, a new period in history had started, and therefore a new style to reflect it was needed. Germany was left in a political, social, and economic crisis. Therefore, the Bauhaus marked a change from the emotional expressionism to a radical, functional, and more objective design. The school attracted some of the most experimental creators in Europe. In fact, such well-known artists such as Joseph Albers, Wassily Kandinsky, and Paul Klee offered their expertise as teachers. Later, in the following years, several students became teachers. This was the case of Marcel Breuer, who headed the carpentry workshop, Herbert Bayer, the printing and advertising workshop, and Hinnerk Schepper, the mural painting workshop. Lots of the designs that students and teachers have made become icons and have been replicated everywhere, such as the Batten and Wassily chair, the construction game of Alma Schiedhoff-Boscher and Kleines Schiff-Bauspi, and the kitchen chair of Erich Bieckmann. During its 14 years of existence, it had several headquarters. The original school was built in Weimar. This building was in operation from 1919 to 1925, when it was transferred to Dessau due to political pressure. In Weimar, the theater workshop was an important part of the educational program. It highlighted the importance of uniting the visual arts with the performing arts. During this first phase, the German expressionist avant-garde predominated. Dessau is considered the peak of the Bauhaus movement. It was here where the famous Bauhaus building was designed and built by Gropius. This site of the Bauhaus was dissolved in 1932. And Berlin was the last phase of the Bauhaus. Due to the pressures of the Nazis, the work done during this time was limited. The Bauhaus was dissolved in 1933. However, its influence survived, culminating the movement of the Bauhaus. And here are some of its characteristics. Style. Its style can be described as a combination of the movements of the arts and crafts with modernism. Its intention of putting art in contact with our daily life made its typical designs present quite few ornamentations and focus mainly on abstract figures, where aesthetic was less important than the function of the object to design. At first sight, the buildings may seem very simple, with its straight and ordered lines and its smooth facades, but each corner has its reason. Bauhaus art. In art, Bauhaus paintings often use flat shapes to give the pieces dimensionality. In addition to paintings, Bauhaus artists also produce abstract sculptures, avant-garde collages, and modernist posters with bold typography and blocks of color. The Bauhaus aesthetic proposal opted for primary colors, red, blue, and yellow, and respect for basic shapes, triangles, circles, and squares, in order to build a modern plastic language. Bauhaus architecture. Like its art, Bauhaus architecture is characterized by its harmoniously balanced geometric shapes. Also, this architectural movement is inspired in the mid-century modern houses, which borrowed their functional design from the Bauhaus buildings. Bauhaus interior design. Bauhaus interiors are known for their simplicity and open spaces. They are minimally embellished with iconic furniture, such as the Wassily chair, a model named after Kandinsky. The main characteristics of its graphic design are the plain print without any ornaments, the articulation and accentuation of pages with distinct symbols and straightforward information, in a combination of both text and photography, for which the name typophoto was created. In the Bauhaus, they searched for a typographic systematization. It was important to emphasize the clarity, as the readability should stand up above the aesthetic. As a conclusion, the architects of the Bauhaus wanted to contribute to society with their designs, reason why they made accessible buildings with open spaces and common rooms where the neighbors could meet. Nowadays, its influence can be found in the art and design all over the world, both inside the museum or in a suburban street, for example. And this was all. Thank you for listening to my video. I hope you liked it.